Let me introduce to you the Olympus f8 Bodycap lens. What it lacks in low light performance, it doesn't make up for in sharpness. It's made of the finest plastic. It's so portable you'll hope you'll lose it. It takes all the hassle out of focusing. You have three options. Closed. Not in focus. Slightly less not in focus. I'd recommend option 1 for the best photographs. This lens is so innovative it hasn't yet managed to answer the age-old question. Why would anybody buy this lens? Stay tuned to find out. So if you're familiar with this lens, it's the teeny tiny Bodycap lens made by Olympus. It's 15mm and it's very cheap. Very cheap. That's a pro. We're going to do some pros and cons, so I'm going to try and not bash the lens too much. Pro. If you have a smaller camera body like the GX80 or a pen Olympus camera, the Bodycap lens is very slimlined and you can literally fit a semi-decent camera in your back pocket. That's a pro. Con. It's very, very soft around the edges. Very soft around the edges. Whichever focusing dial you have it on, it's super soft around the edges. Let me just emphasize that a little bit more. Pro. If you're taking a photograph where you want the subject to be in the middle of the frame and soft edges is a bonus, this lens is going to be great for that. You could say it was born for that photograph. Pro. If you want a Olympus branded fixed focal length micro four thirds lens, this is about as cheap as you can get. So it's cheap. I wouldn't say value for money, but I would say cheap. Pro. If you're shooting with flash photography in a dark room, set the focus to vaguely infinity, and it is vaguely. Then don't have to worry about focus for the rest of the night. I mean, you could do that with any lens and just stick it in manual mode, but still, it's a pro. If you want to take a portrait in a very bright environment and still want a blurred background, this would work really well because it's just naturally soft around the edges. That happens very often. You know, when you just want to take portraits in the midday sun at f8 and 30mm. It's cheap. Did I mention it was cheap? Do you like vignettes? Then you will love this lens. Who has time these days to add a vignette in post-production? This lens just gives you one whether you want it or not. It's very cheap. Okay, jokes aside, silly review aside, it's very silly. Let me answer the question I posed at the beginning of the video. Why did I buy this? Story time. I was wandering around Manchester testing out one of the 28mm lenses that I did a few videos back, and I came across a film camera shop. It was also just like a camera shop in general, but it was mostly for film photography, and there were wall-to-wall lenses. Honestly, it's what heaven looks like, I imagine. I went in and fell in love, as you do, obviously, with the 100mm Canon FD 2.8. There was 3 different copies in the shop at different price points, and I flashed the cash because, you know, I'm bad with money, and bought the pristine, beautiful, gorgeous copy of it. And probably because the guy was so shocked, he offered me the lens cap lens for 20 quid, as opposed to, I think it was on sale for 45, so 20 quid. I'm not going to turn down a lens for 20 quid, even if it's this lens. So, that's how I ended up buying this lens. If you have it and you've managed to get good photographs out of this lens, do let me know in the comments because I am intrigued. I don't think I did get great photographs out of it, and I was playing to its strengths. You know, it's f8 and I was in a bright environment, so something good should have happened. The photographs are usable on the whole, but I do think I could have got better results with a different lens. What was not usable was the panorama, because the vignette just ruined the whole thing, and that was a shame. The screen was so bright at the time that I didn't actually notice until I got it on the computer. So yes, I promise I shall make more serious reviews in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.